Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends. And today, I'm gonna be testing out in multiplayer the beautiful car that you see on the screen right now. And that is of course the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. The beautiful racing Lamborghini of class D. And that matters because today I'm gonna be doing a swimming upstream type of video. That is to say, where I'm gonna be driving with this car against things that they should not be racing against. But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because when you do these things, you tell YouTube that this is worth recommending to more people, and in that way, more people can find the channel and I can continue making this content for you. So, if you want some more Asphalt Legends right here, once again, like and subscribe. But alright, so what am I talking about? Alright, well, first of all, I don't even know when this video is gonna be released. It could be in a couple of days or a couple of weeks after I record it, but still, I wanted to do it because I am currently in the Bronze League. It happened that they reset the entire multiplayer series and I got sent back all the way to Bronze, and I want to test some of these cars that I really never get to play with, including my Class D cars. Now, I am in Bronze 2, actually about to rank up to Bronze 1, but the car that I'm gonna be using is not Bronze 4 or 2, no, excuse me, Bronze 1 or 2 is Bronze 3. And yeah, this is it, my Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. Now, I do have it at Gold, it's not like a free try or anything. I have it at Gold, these are the stats, Class D, rank of 3000 flat. The top speed 303.7 for a Class D, it's quite decent, it's on slightly goodish side. Acceleration of 82.59 for a Class D, it's actually pretty good for a car that does go relatively fast. Handling of 63.48 is, you know, it's there. The same thing with the Nitro, nothing too amazing at 54.41. For a Class D, this is actually a pretty good one, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be driving against a lot of other things, because like I just said, officially I'm in Bronze 2, so there's a bunch of Class C and even, I believe, Class B, or there's no Class B yet. No, I don't believe it's Class B yet. But yeah, oh no, there it is, Ferrari 50, that's Class B, and once I get over here, you can see that I'm gonna be racing against things that are in a completely different level of performance, but hey, that is the interesting part about this. How is this thing gonna do? Let's find out. Oh yeah, right out of the gate, there's some Maserati Alfieri, which are Class C, pretty strong. Bad handling, but man, the Nitro and top speed on those things are crazy. I see the Bentley, oh no, that's a Class D, the Bentley Continental GT3. So yeah, this is the, like I said, I kind of call these videos the swimming upstream, because I do enjoy doing this thing of driving these cars that, you know, are gonna be racing against other ones that are in theory stronger, but once again, because it's in the beginner stages of multiplayer, what should I say? The handicap that I have by driving a bad car kind of gets compensated. God, the handling on this thing is not great, huh? It gets kind of compensated by the fact that some of these players may not be necessarily super experienced, so hey, therein lies the fun, to see if the skill plus bad car, or however you want to look at it, is gonna work out. And so far, I'm doing alright, competing for the first place though. Oh god, don't knock me down, buddy. Wait, is this Ghost? I don't even know if this is Ghost. By the way, I swear I wasn't trying to knock him down. I was just doing the 360 because that's what you do on that jump. But this might be Ghost, so hey, that's even better. Then I don't have to stress about it, though. To be fair, Ghost is pretty conducive to the faster cars, but hey. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a very convincing first place, but you know what? I'm not here to complain. I'm here to use my beautiful Lambo that I basically never get to drive, and that is the whole purpose of this video, driving these cars that I never drive. Alright, that's a first place, baby. Yeah, no big celebration, because that was honestly a little bit on the easy side, but it's fine. Look at that, I just made it into Bronze 1. And yeah, here's all that I raced against. There you go. And by the way, I always try to say this in every single one of these videos, that I'm not trying to mock anybody's skill level, alright? When I say that, maybe there are players who, you know, are having troubles ranking up and all of that. Yeah, this is not me trying to mock them in any way, shape, or form. I understand that what I'm doing over here can be in some way considered smurfing, but that is why I play with a handicapped car, in theory, so that it gets a little bit more interesting, but yeah. So, if I'm playing against anybody over here, and anybody watching, I mean, and you're thinking, wow, DBT is saying that I play bad or anything, no, that's not it. I am a bad player myself, you know, in my own skill level, there's a lot for me to learn. Even down here, you know, I'm not doing this great, but hey, you know, at the end of the day, I do all of this for the fun of it, so yes, I hope that is clear. But anyway, So yeah, I did make a video like this not too long ago where I was testing the Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary, and oh boy, that one was pain, because even though that car is about as fast as this one, it accelerates way slower. It has terrible nitro. It's a very compromised car, if you know what I mean. So yeah, no, this one, the Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, the race car, beautiful thing. No, this is a much more useful car than the Countach 25th anniversary is, and this is a... So yeah, no, I did think this was gonna be a little bit easier at the start, but we'll see how it continues to go. Pininfarina H2, Ortega Scala Super Elettra, CLK GTR, beautiful, Alfieri, Renault RS01, and SX GT3 one, Alfieri. Oh boy, now I'm getting a bunch of Acura NSX GT3 Evo and in this track. I mean, when you look at the stats comparing this car versus the GT3 Evo, they may not look too different, but the reality is that this car drifts pretty bad. Again, for a Class D car, it's alright, you know, but the Acura NSX GT3 Evo, it is a pretty decent Class C car. It is a little bit faster, though with the perfect nitros, considerably faster than this, and a much more agile car, still with some pretty decent nitros, so yeah, that's a little bit dangerous, but again, and this is the same question that I had since the video I did on the Countach 25th anniversary, as to whether or not I'm racing with bots. Because I do believe that GameLoft already added the bots into multiplayer in order to fill the gaps of the matchmaking when there's not enough players and whatnot. But I don't know that means that in every single race you're gonna be encountering bots. And I don't mean to, you know, again, mock anybody and be like, oh, these guys play so bad that they're basically like bots. I don't believe they're real players. Okay, someone is catching up to me real quick over here. Why is he driving? There's gotta be something fast, because man, he's really gaining space over here. Or rather gaining, you know what I'm saying. Go for perfect nitro here. Lost a bunch of speed. We're okay. And that guy right behind me, it's dangerous to my objective of getting a first place. Yeah, there it is. And that is the NSX GT3. But what did I say? Really fancy looking car. And it's kind of cool, right? Because that is also a race car. But acceleration, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What the fuck? Come on. We must have finished like at the same time. That was ridiculous. All right, so I got a second place, and legit, look at that, 127, 199 for the time we both got. All right, that was a really good race. I like that. Well, towards the end, really. Holy smoke, there's already the, I forgot the name, the Vulcan. That is a straight up Class A. Granted, the most basic Class A car, but still thing naturally must go like 30 to 40 kilometers faster than the car that I'm driving, so oof. And we probably are about the same when it comes to agility, so yep. But anyway, and again, this is kind of the fun of this, to see what this car can do in these scenarios. Because, like I was saying, it's unfortunate that because of how multiplayer works, there's not necessarily a lot of opportunity for you to play with your Class D cars if you're the type of player who normally finds yourself in gold or platinum or even legend, right? If you're in those type of leagues normally, then you're really never gonna have much of a chance to drive. What is that guy doing? You're really never gonna have much of a chance to drive your Class D cars in multiplayer other than in MP2. But you know that MP2 is a bit of a mess with the whole ranking system, so that's a completely different kind of worms. But over here in MP1, where it's more supposed to be, you know, matchmaking and the whole thing with the classes and the ranks and all of that stuff and whatnot, yeah, this is where in theory should be a bit more fair, but yeah, you really don't have much of a chance to play with this, so that is unfortunate. And I think it was the Vulcan that beat me. It would make sense. Come on, tell me it was the Vulcan. It was the Vulcan, like I said. Yeah, look at that. I mean, I'm telling you, that thing is way faster than mine, and I'm technically even a higher rank, so oof. Okay, now we're in a top speed track, so this is definitely not gonna go my way, but hey, let's see. Now, by the way, to address the elephant on the room, if you're wondering, DBT, why does your car look so damn cool? What are those colors? Why does it look to have like two-tone? It's because it does have two tones. I talked about this in the video on the Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary. In a previous update, once they introduced the new, what do you call this? The new cosmetic system or whatever, where you change colors and whatnot. Usually Lamborghini cars don't have dual color available for some reason. I would imagine it's something about licensing or agreements on colors, who knows? But yeah, normally they don't have them available. But once they introduced this new system, they kind of had them available. So yeah, it turns some a few cars of mine into dual tone that normally could not have it, and this is one of them. So yeah, there it is. That's why it looks kind of cool. That got removed, however, so nowadays you cannot set the car to this color again. But you know, as I always say. So yeah, anyway, coming back to the performance, actually I'm not doing too bad over here. I'm keeping a second place. Whatever is ahead of me, it's considerably fast. Or if that is it would be really cool if it is the ATS, because that thing is not very fast, but man, the acceleration, it's absolutely crazy. So what is it? What beat me? It was indeed the ATS. Lovely. Oh, I love that car. So tiny, so cool. I'm not bothered by getting defeated by that thing. But what I'm actually bothered about is the performance of my car. Oh boy, here comes DBT in ranting mode. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen. But man, it just bothered me so much how they did dirty this car, the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Evo. And why I say that? It's because it's a Lamborghini Huracan. And you are very well aware that there's another Huracan in this game by the name of the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider. One of the most spammed cars in the game because it's just that good. It's so very good, that car. Now, why does this bother me? Do I want this car to be as good as that one? Do I want it to be a clone of it so that I can spam it all day long? No, of course not. I'm actually kind of glad. Look, given the options, I think I'm okay with this thing being like this, but no. The reason why it bothers me is because, well, both of these cars, you know what, it would even be a better comparison if I talk about the Lamborghini STO, but either way, because that is another Huracan, and it's kind of the sibling of this one, but one thing at a time. The Huracan the Huracan Evo Spider, it is a road car, IRL. It is a road car. And yeah, it's a very considerably fast one for a Lamborghini and all of this, so whatever, it's fine how they set it up in this game, even if it ended up making it very strong and super spammable. But this car, the Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, it is the racing version of a Huracan. A straight up racing version, and I mean a track-only vehicle. That is not road legal. And you might be thinking, okay, so why does it bother you? What's the point? What difference does it make that it's a race car? Well, I'll tell you in a second, but let's see what happened. What beat me? Okay, that was a regular Acura NSX. That's fair enough, that goes considerably faster, but I did beat 2 GT3 Evos, a CLK GTR, RS01, a Praga Bohema, and an Alfieri. Alright, nice. Now, like I was saying, the thing about this is the Huracan but race car. Now, what difference does it make for it to be a race car? What does that mean? Well, race cars in general, compared to the road version of a car, race cars tend to be slower, yes. So maybe that's why, oh, well, there you go, this one is Class D and the other one is Class B. No. The thing is that a race car, while it is slower because of all of the aero bits, you know, the wings, I always forget the name of the things in the front. Well, obviously the splitter, the diffuser, but no, I mean, not the louvers, the canards. Because of the canards, all of those aero pieces, you end up with a lower top speed than a road car that doesn't concern itself with all of that aero bits. So why would a race car have all of those aero bits other than to look pretty? Well, no, the reality is that it's for functionality. All of that, what it does, it's allow the car to handle much better, because in a racetrack, while obviously speed matters, what really matters is how quick can you take corners. So for that, you need cars that can grip on the floor really good, and therefore, race cars have first place, Race cars don't have first place. What they have is really good downforce, really good handling. All right, I did beat a Ferrari Roma. Eat it, Ferrari! Acura CLK 4GT. Okay, that thing is really fast. It could have beat me over here. All right, cool. So, the whole point that I'm trying to make over here is that you would expect that this being the race version of the Huracan, while not as fast, it should handle way better. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't handle better, it doesn't drift better, because it's a way lower class. So that is the part that kind of bothers me, that they made this car into straight up Class D. And that is not to say like, oh, I don't want my Lamborghinis to be Class D, but it just feels very unfair how they treated so incredibly, they made so OP the regular Huracan, and then they make this one like, oh, well, it's Class D. Yeah, sure, it's high Class D, but it's just Class D. And then I don't get much of an opportunity to use it. For example, what they did, and I think that was a pretty... Oh, I should have gone for the jump. I thought that was a really good thing that they did was with the 4GT and the 4GT Mark 4... No, Mark 2. Those are basically the same car, except one is the road car and the Mark II is the race car. And over there you have a pretty interesting depiction of reality, where you have the road car, the regular 4GT, being really fast but handling worse than the race car. And then you have the 4GT Mark II, no, excuse me, the 4GT Mark II. You have that one handling way better, drifting much better, even better nitro, but at a huge cost. Way slower. And I actually kind of like that, and both of them are in Class B. So if they could do that with those, why couldn't they make this a slightly better Lambo? They kind of did it with the STO, which, like I said, is like the sibling. The STO is the road legal version of this car, for kind of. It's a whole story. The point is, they did this car dirty. But even then, I got a first place. All right, somehow this worked out pretty good. Let me see what I was. Oh, I made it. Look at that. I made it into Silver 4. Woohoo! That's kind of dope. But all right, Renault, Acura NSX GT3, Renault, Ginetta, Asterion, another GT3, and CLK GTR. Well, there you have it. Well, yeah, anyway, I know, I went into a bit of a rant mode over here, but it's fine, it's fine. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, once again, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Let me know what you think about this car being in Class D. Do you agree with me that it should have been in a higher class? Or you're like, nah, it's fine that it's over there. Let me know what you think. That's all. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.